Let's get to Robin Young. Her nephew was friends with the suspect here, Dzhokhar Tsarnaev, and Robin says she has met him. She's with us by the phone. Robin, good morning. Tell us your experience with him, what you know about him.
Well, this has been quite shocking. And by the way, I just have to tell you, I may have to hang up. I'm a working journalist as well with public radio and used to be a correspondent on your show. But my nephew, we realize now, and the funny thing is, no one recognized Dzhokhar from the pictures yesterday. But today, with the new pictures that came out after the 7-Eleven robbery early this morning, and this has been live wall-to-wall coverage since about 11 o'clock last night here in Boston. When the 7-Eleven pictures came out, people realized it was him. I can't tell you enough about what a beautiful young man this was. My nephew was a dear friend of his. He was on the wrestling team. He was Athlete of the Year. He got a Cambridge City scholarship. People just loved him. We had a prom party a couple years ago, their prom in the backyard, dozens of kids. He was beautiful in his tuxedo and his bow tie with his girlfriend. They all got on a trolley. Just recently, my nephew and he were texting each other about going to a Super Bowl game. No one can believe. I mean, it's the thing I know you hear all the time. No one can believe that it's this young man.
Well, you know, we cover a lot of these events, and you're a working journalist. A lot of times you hear about a suspect after the fact. The person was quiet or withdrawn, a brooding person. You're the second person to tell us just in the last few minutes, Robin.
I heard you talk to Soraya.
Yes.
It breaks my heart. We all know these kids. And by the way, this high school, public high school, one of the most diverse. They were so proud of their diversity, 45 different languages in one school just outside Boston. I mean, it's sort of like Brooklyn, just a throw across the river. And Canterbridgians are so proud of Cambridge Ringe and Latin High School because of the diversity and the different kids there. And as my nephew said, nobody would have ever thought twice about a kid whose family came from Chechnya. There were probably more than one. And
let me ask you, Robin, do you know anything about their parents? Did he live at home?
No, but I will say, because I've been hearing about how he was to have come to this country recently. No. He's been here. Zolan's known him since they were much younger kids. Perhaps his brother, the older suspect who's now been killed, the 26-year-old, perhaps he traveled back and forth. But this young man went through the school system here and is just loved. A light, airy, beautiful, curly-haired kid.
And I hate to ask you again, but you're not familiar with who he lived with, what his living arrangements were, whether his parents were here.
You'd see him at parties, but I did not go to their home. No.
Well, Robin Young, you're learning this as we are this morning, and it is quite surprising, and I'm sure for someone like you who knew him a bit, shocking.
Yeah, it's shocking. We're going through prom pictures, and it's very, very tough for these kids. My heart breaks for them, because these are terrific kids who, just a hard-working neighborhood, as you can hear, very diverse, and it's just such a blow to them. So my heart's with them right now.
Our hearts are with all of Boston who have suffered such terrible grief.
Take care.
These Patriot Days attacks. Robin Young, take care to you. Appreciate your time on a busy morning.